What's up, everybody? Who's big mad? Oh, what a world we live in. What a world we live in. It's been a fun little ride here for the last 24 hours. Talking with the haters, talking with people who are convinced that my NFT was, what's the word? Disingenuous, maybe? Now, a couple things just to set the world straight, because there's a lot of fake news. 90% of the NFTs in the mint were 0.1 or 0.15, but it's not as good a story, of course. So people want to talk a little bit more about a couple NFTs that I did that were higher priced. Why? Because I got to do the motherfuckers for 3 years. It ain't just taking somebody to a basketball game for a year. It's 3-year NFT. So, but whenever you do, a little marketing tip for all of you, don't be boring. What would Kanye do? I remember when everybody was making fun of him because he was bankrupt. What was that, like 3 years ago? Now I saw an interview where he's like, I'm worth 10 billion. You gotta have big balls in this world. Put shit out there that's unconventional. Who fucking cares? Really, who cares? Nobody forced to buy anything. Nobody forced to buy anything. You know what I'm saying? So, if you value your time on a certain number, put the motherfucker out there. People ask me, can I go to lunch with you? I'm like, in the past, I just say no. Because I'm busy. I got stuff I have to do. And, who wants to hang out with strangers? So you put a price on whatever you want to do stuff for. But let's talk about the main part of, what the mint was. The mint is about two things. Access to online training, which I've been doing for a decade. People have paid over $100 million for different business training courses. And so I tokenize those. Tokenize some of them, not all of them, but tokenize access to them so that it can be tradable. It's actually kind of genius if people have a brain, because in the past, people would pay for my courses and it was just an expense. You see what I'm saying? In the past, it was just an expense. But now, when they're done with the education, they just trade it to somebody else. How the fuck you could give somebody hate for that? People are just stupid. Remember, all new communities, they start out, the early adopters put a gate around it, thinking that it's their property. NFTs is nobody's property. It's the property of people who want to take it and try new things, and it will continue to happen. People are buying real estate with NFTs. That's something I'm very interested in. One of my NFTs is working on a hotel. About to put in an offer for a restaurant. I'm going to do different types of hotels and restaurant. I'm going to test, expand, experiment. I'm going to try a hybrid model where, like, for example, a nightclub, not everybody needs the NFT to get in, okay? But to get in the VIP room or to skip the line, you need the NFT. So just lots of innovations like that. That's what this game's going to be. How can you buy farmland? Do you divide it up per acre, if you don't want it to be a security, or does it give you just the fruit of the land? Like, I have 1,000 acres. Do I say, all right, I issue 1,000 NFTs, each production off that 1 acre, like beef jerky or organic produce, you get that. There's so much usage. Don't worry about my ass coming into NFT. I'm a fucking businessman. I ain't gonna hurt the space. That's where people are stupid. What will hurt the space is 10,000 motherfucking PFP projects. There's just only so much supply and demand. It's the very nature of the game. Bored Ape Yacht Club is going to do well because it's, no pun intended, the 800-pound gorilla. So you're going to have some winners. But it's just like in meme coins in crypto. There's like 3 meme coins that have most of the market cap. And there's thousands of other projects that people have just lost all their money because of inherent supply and demand. You can't have 10,000 Louis Vuittons. Bored Ape is the Louis Vuitton of a PFP. Your profile pic. But you're going to have to expand past that state. I'm all for art. I collect art. I love art. I'm not a great artist myself, but I like to draw sometimes just as an amateur, you know? And I'm glad that NFTs will be an outlet for artists and for musicians. But that's just the beginning of the game. The game, you have to evolve. Look at crypto, started out at some very basic stuff at Bitcoin, and now you have the evolution of DeFi, and you have exchanges, and you have crypto protocols that allow lending, and the game just expands in stable coins and partially stable coins and over collateralized stable coins, and you have the 2.0 DeFi projects, and now it'll eventually just evolve. That's where this game has to go in terms of NFT world. So you're going to need innovators, and I'm an innovative person. I'm not the only innovative person. There'll be many, many thousands, but all, take what you can get. Take what you can get. I've been new to a lot of spaces. I'm usually not the first. I wasn't the first to use Instagram. I wasn't the first to use YouTube, but I did a lot of pioneering things that you see people doing now that, I was at the forefront of. It'll be the same way with NFTs. And that's not me being cocky or narcissist. I'm just laying it out. We'll see who's the first one to launch an NFT conference. I'm launching the OG NFT conference in either October or November. We're finalizing the date. From the time, it'll be 4 or 5 months. Gary Vee has his coming up. I think a year later he did his. Mine will be in like 5 or 6 months. It's all good, man. People get their panties up in a bunch real quick. Crypto community is full of very smart people and people who are their own worst enemy. It's sad to watch because it's such a powerful space if people will just relax. Go after stuff that's obvious rugs, I'm not going to rug this. I'm doxxed. All the motherfucker putting money in undocked shit run by 19-year-olds that never had money, and then they're surprised they lost $70 million. What are you talking about? Don't come after me. I did a little mint for 1 hour. I did a 1 hour mint. It just cracks me up. There's an interesting test that people should take. It's called the Dark Triad. And the Dark Triad basically talks about 3 personality traits that psychologists consider somewhat. There's a reason they call it the Dark Triad. So it's narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy. There's a lot of Machiavellianism in crypto and NFTs. So if you want to know the definition of Machiavellianism, you can look it up. But it's basically, it comes from bullying, and it's one of the, a lot of things like being a psychopath or a narcissist is very genetic. Narcissists have less gray matter in certain parts of their brain. Psychopaths are, they say, 1 to 5% of men are psychopaths. But Machiavellianism is something that comes where people have been betrayed, bullied in the past. And I see a lot of that, unfortunately, in crypto. The reactions that people have it's good to be suspicious, but you can always also be overly suspicious. You can be suspicious of the point of not seeing that other people are going to come in, and there's going to be influencers that come in for good or bad. But it's not any worse than what the community was before. Before there was, influencers are doxxed, and you're going to have some bullshit doxxed influencers come, but there was bullshit before. There was look at just what happened in the crypto community in the last couple weeks or months. You have huge people pull money. I see people pulling in tens and tens of millions of dollars, and I'm going, I don't think, it's not even that they're bad people. I think they're over-promising, and they've never done it. I buy things for a living. I buy assets. I buy land. I buy companies. I just did in the last year or two. But let's just keep it low. I bought $100 million worth of assets. Okay. And so when I say I'm going to buy a hotel, it's not so outrageous. It's not that outrageous that I would buy a hotel. Now, people have said, oh, Tai, you didn't raise that much money. I know. I only did an hour mint. I cut it off. Did 18 minutes for the whitelist and like 35 minutes for public. And that's because you can't fucking buy a hotel with NFT money. It's just not realistic. Even if you raise 30 million bucks, so I'm going to use my own money, to buy a hotel. The NFT part of it is to create a tradable membership around that thing, So Give me a second. I'm going to do one thing. I'm going to go live in my Discord too, if I can get it turned on. Now, how the fuck do I how do people ask questions in this bitch? Request to come on. But it's been a, yo, what's up, JaVale McGee? My boy, what you doing, man? I'm in London right now. Be back to the U.S. He's always in the middle of some good business, making some money. Anyway, what was I talking about? Let me read through some stuff. I'll do an AMA on my Discord. I'm just logging in. The biggest threat to the NFT community is the supply and demand issue. You cannot ever think you're above the supply and demand universe. And a lot of people forget that. You can't have unlimited projects all doing the same thing. It doesn't end well. Now, I don't know, it's not up for me to say which projects should or shouldn't happen. Hold on. Give me a second. But yeah, it was just funny to watch. But I tell you, everybody, when you build a business, don't be boring. Don't be boring. Even if you get hate, I'm not boring. I'll put an NFT up there to like play basketball with me. All my basketball ones actually sold. I did. Also, I put up a lot of categories. I'll tell you one thing in crypto and specifically NFTs, that's a mistake, is the thought that you have to sell out everything to be a success. You have to sell the whole collection. Why? What rule is that? That's fucking bullshit. All great business people put out experiments. So I put out different cards to see which ones the audience wants. It's actually the spirit of crypto is to let the community tell you what they want. So sometimes people are like, oh, did you sell as many as you want? That's not my goal. I don't need the money. I don't need $1 million or $2 million or $3 million. I'm about, okay, let's try to reverse engineer the space. You can ask the community, but it's better to let economics show you people's desires. People lie, but numbers don't. So as I put different NFTs out there, you see where the demand is, And I had these 3 levels: silver, gold, diamond. The demand is obviously highest around the ones that I did that were only 0.1 ETH. I mean, that makes sense just from an economic standpoint. But it was interesting, even at the high price point ones, what people were interested in. Basketball, people, I guess because I play a lot of basketball on social media, that was interesting. I encourage you, if you learn one thing from me, I'm not concerned by the fucking opinions of people. What's the saying? If you're a lion, you're not concerned with the opinions of sheep. And I'm not saying I'm a lion and everybody else is sheep. I'm just saying in a general principle of operating your life, you cannot operate that way. And I think people are afraid of innovation sometimes in NFT world because you can see people are very quick to come and talk shit on you. But if you operate that way, you'll never do anything big. As my mentor told me, Alan Nation, he said, Tai, if you tell somebody your idea and they think it's a good idea, you're too late. You're just too late. And so the things that I'm doing now, you mark my words. I've seen this in my life 20 fucking times. The stuff that I'm doing, other people will be doing. And Gary Vee was doing some of this stuff before me. I don't even try to claim I'm the first one. I innovate, as Sir Isaac Newton said. If I've seen farther than others, it's because I've stood on the shoulders of giants. You don't have to be first. You generally want to be in the first wave. But utility NFTs, if a utility, I'll put it this way, NFT entire kind of marketplace capacity, quantity, I'm not going to call it market cap because it's not the same as the stock market, but the entire tradable volume of NFTs will be very limited if it doesn't branch into utilities. The game I'm going to play is utilities. I'm not an artist. I'm not a musician. I don't claim to be. What I am as a businessman, what I am as somebody who owns shit and buys shit at a professional level. People can talk shit whatever I want. I'm like, bro, put your fucking resume up right next to mine. Real business. Real business. Not shit you did in the last 8 months because you got in early to a mint. And I know, hey, if you got in early to a mint, great, 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 great. But don't escalate and say, well, now I fucking can understand everything about being an entrepreneur. It's hard as fuck. I've been doing this since I was 19, still learn stuff every day. But you want people to come in that know how to do real shit. And we'll see. But look, people are going to watch very closely. I always have, there's a whole professional universe of YouTubers that their entire livelihood is tracking. I know a big one that during COVID said, Grant Cardone is going to be bankrupt. Now that COVID's here, he bought all these, multifamily apartment complexes. He'll be broke. I got insider news. There's all kinds of YouTube channels. That's how they trade on other people's name. Guess what? Grant Cardone fucking made $1 billion or whatever. People talk shit about me. I like it. A year later, I always say, grind so hard, your haters eventually brag about knowing you. One day they'll post a picture with you and say, oh, I knew that dude. But when you were on the up and up, they were giving you shit. That's just the nature of the beast. That's the nature of, as Will Durant, maybe the smartest person or wisest man to write in the modern world, he said, the second law of biology is the world is competitive. And so that inherent competitiveness that lies deep in the DNA of humans makes people talk shit, makes people tribal, makes people very insular. And that's what you find in this. And it's been that way when I first started about crypto in 2017. People were like, oh, Tai called the top. But I called it when it was at August 2017, it was at 4,000. A lot of people, because of my videos, got into Bitcoin when it was between, 4 and 12,000. They've done very well. They've become millionaires. But all those people who hated on me there, they don't come back and apologize. So you wanna make money, but have thick skin and big fucking balls. And that's why people are like, oh, are you just trolling the crypto community yesterday, giving you shit? I'm like, of course I am. These people mean fucking nothing to me. In the sense, their words mean nothing. If I know that I'm doing something that's real, then ignore. If you know you're doing something for real and people in your family give you shit, proceed. And that's just what I do, man. That's what I do. And some people see it. If you look in the, if you look through the messages, there's hate, and then there's other people, and they're like, wait a second, this fucking maybe the way to market it this way is to put some super high price black cards up, maybe say something like breaking the internet, which is not actually what I said. Breaking the blockchain, congesting would be RPC connection congestion, but be like Kanye. Kanye says some crazy shit because to rise above the rumble and the noise in this world, you're gonna have to say shit, and people are gonna trade on your name, So let's see. Let me read some of my comments here on Twitter. Yeah, we launched Radio Shack. I'm a co-founder of Radio Shack. People will see on that. People will like, oh, what the fuck, Radio Shack? Tai bought Radio Shack. I bought it from a billionaire guy. He still owns some of it. Anyway, Radio Shack Dex we have. It's fucking, my business partner built a tokenomic. It's fucking genius. People will see soon. It's this starfish topology. You can see the white paper on it. But it's the same thing. People talk shit. Then all of a sudden, this is what will happen in your life. People will talk. And then when you win, they won't apologize. But that's why I say it's just like it's war out here, Unfortunately, there's a war happening, in the Ukraine. There's real wars. You look at this Ukrainian prime minister, man. He knows what he's doing in the right, and he stands up. Now, I'm not, by the way, comparing myself to him in any form or fashion. He's got a much more noble war going on, fighting for his own country. But the principles apply, All right, let's see what people were saying. Justin's son is the new Tai Lopez. I like this. The best one that somebody wrote Shit's funny. Never take yourself serious. Tai Lopez is kind of guy to go to a strip club and think the dancers actually like him. It's funny because I always say, I have friends that go to restaurants like in Hollywood. There was this good restaurant, Sushiya, on Sunset Boulevard. It's like an outdoor sushi place. I always went there, and they have all these. It's Hollywood. You have a lot of beautiful women working at the restaurants, and I always had a friend. He'd be like, "I think this chick likes me." I'm like, "Bro, that's because you're giving the tip." Not just the tip, but I mean, he's giving the tip on the bill, And I'm like, I don't know I don't actually like strip clubs, but I did think that was funny. Somebody said, you want to see Tai play basketball? People have bought your passes. Good. You will, my friend. You know I like basketball. Come on. People remember, I'm going to tell you this. You want a bad ending? Invest in undoxed anything on planet Earth where the founders don't. I mean, you are, beware perverse incentives. This is psychology 101. All these motherfuckers putting money in undoxed founders. How, in what universe does that fucking end up well? I'm doxed. People are going to know. You think, whatever, my mint I was like open for an hour, the early mint. It was like $1 million. You think I'm going to fucking not play basketball with people? For all the big brains in crypto, I'm like, where's the IQ here? I'm waiting, man. I'm waiting. Where's the IQ? Is that that's the high IQ thing? Ty's gonna rug a basketball, not gonna play basketball. I go to basketball. Ty's not gonna go courtside to basketball. Come on, man. Let's see. Somebody wrote, I've been doing coaching for 10 years now. It used to be expensive, but now you can get the knowledge and then resell. Yeah, dude, people. What I did, and I want to go down in the record as the first big person to do this, I took something, a product, in this case, online courses, online training, and I commoditized them, and I should say tokenized. Commoditized is not the right word. I tokenized them. Imagine if the college education system was that way, motherfuckers. You wouldn't have $2 trillion in college debt. My brother went to UNC Chapel Hill, paid $80,000 for a stupid fucking Spanish degree. After 4 years, he hardly spoke Spanish. I told him he should have just gone and lived in Spain and gotten a job, and you would have been paid to learn real Spanish, colloquial Spanish. Instead, he got tricked by the real scam. People think my shit's a scam. I'm like, bro, the real scams are so much underneath people's nose that they don't even realize they're there. Why isn't college tuition tokenized, put on the blockchain? It's transparent. Let the markets decide whether the value that the school brings goes up or down. Market pricing, market-based pricing. So if UNC Chapel Hill does a shitty job, my brother dumps his token, which hurts him, but at least he gets some of his $80,000. Maybe he resells it for $60,000. The college is receiving royalties. Maybe they set their royalties higher than 10%. They set it up to 20%, but they also get a signal from the market that our UNC Chapel Hill Spanish 4-year degree token is trading down. You have a limited supply, which colleges already have. I mean, this shit, come on. I'm just ahead of the game. And I'm not saying that to pat my back, but the fucking, I call a spade a spade. And I was a little surprised the community didn't see that, because I know there's high IQ people. I'm going, where's the fucking IQ, ladies and gentlemen? It's not just about posting emojis and fucking, having this little supposed witty banter. It's also about understanding deep economics and the costs that face everyday people on an ongoing basis. You see that with rising inflation. One of the things I'm doing is taking my farms and figuring out how to tokenize access to organic food that we grow. Whether it be a CSA, community supported agricultural model, which already exists, but they've never done it on the blockchain. It's never been tokenized. Like, I'm going to be out here. Okay. You all will see. Some of you are going to come on my side and be like, yo, innovation is what we need. And when I say innovation, it's not just another GIF in the NFT community. It's not another monkey. It's not another pet. Innovation is crypto is not another Dogecoin. It's not another Sheeb. It's not another, Shiba Inu. That's not innovation. I mean, I'm not a hater. I buy a little bit of meme coins. I'll buy a little bit of PFP stuff, but I do it as a ratio to the value I think it brings the world. Maybe I have 1% of my portfolio right now, probably in crypto, is in Doge or Sheep or something. And it's the same with NFTs. You can do a little bit of this, but at the end of the day, for NFTs to really go past and be more than just baseball trading cards, do we want this community to literally be, just Pokemon cards? Do you want it to be baseball cards? Do you want it to be Garbage Pail Kid? Do you want it to be, what was those fucking little doll things that McDonald's had and saturated the market? Like, no. Where's the innovators? Like, where's my innovators, man? Where are the people? And there was people coming in Twitter yesterday and like, oh shit, this is fucking big brained what Ty's doing. I got a hotel, restaurant, nightclub. I'm going to test 2 different concepts. One's a pure NFT membership restaurant or in nightclub, and really a hybrid, I think, for nightclub. The way that I used to own nightclubs, the best way to do is women get in free and men have to have the NFT. And I know that's going to be politically incorrect, and if I do that, people are going to get butt hurt, but that's just the nature of the nightclub beast. And if you don't think it should be that way, then go fucking start your own nightclub that's full of dudes. I'm looking at some nightclubs in Miami. People who own this OG NFT that I already have, I'm only going to issue like 1,000 or 2,000. The dudes, guys get in, skip the line, boom, they're in the club. Women can come without an NFT. I'm going to test it. And of course, somebody's going to make a YouTube video about, oh, wait, this is this. But I don't give a shit. Innovators are always maligned in their time. It's just for each of you, as you innovate more and you go outside of the NFT box that's there, people are going to talk shit on you. But you know what? That's the cost to be an innovator. And, we're not all going to be Nikolai Tesla level innovators, but you can be an innovator in and of yourself. You know what I mean? So, okay. Let me go to Discord. Let me just launch here. Okay. So I'll be in my Discord answering the AMA shit too, if y'all want. Answering. Okay. Here I go. Roadmap. General main chat. I need to get on the stage. Alright, let me read some more stuff. Oh, here we go. I'll be replying to people on Twitter. Let's see. Ethereum's better than Bitcoin. I feel like Tai Lopez is a guru scam teacher where you go to him to learn or scam on YouTube. Ecom. Shit. What do you mean? I taught people how to build a social media marketing agency. Like 100,000 people went through my course. You know how many people in the NFT space and crypto space went through my courses? Do you want like insane? It's just an insane volume of people. Some of the people who are haters now, if I sat them down, I'm like, bro, I got the receipts. Here's where you bought my program. Be real. Did that program help you? It was like $400 and it had, I don't know, 300 hours of how to build a social media marketing agency. You know how many millionaires came out of that? And I'm not even tooting my own horn. I'm saying I wasn't the only one teaching. I was a curator of content. Like shit. People wouldn't know a scam if it hit them between the eyes. Someone said, when hotel, surely won't rug. So there's like 2,000 people that got in the early mint. I'm not sure how many. I'm not sure how many I actually want to do. Simply from the standpoint, I don't want to have to buy a massive hotel, so I'm not going to do like 10,000. People think I want to issue 10,000 hotel NFTs. You don't want to issue 10,000 NFT. I mean, then there'll be too many people not being able to get a room. if you do 10,000. So I want to do a boutique hotel. We're going to cap the supply on stuff like this, you know. All right. Somebody said, Tai, your name has been around for a long time. You will rise above. Let's see. People don't realize, but Tai Lopez had free advertising thanks to his drop. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna figure out why. Oh shit! I need to invite everybody to this damn thing. All right. Let me read off some questions. I'm gonna go in a few minutes, but I want to just answer some questions. I'm going to do my pot. So a couple things that people want to know. I'm doing the next mint. That was just the early mint. It was just for an hour. I'm going to do the main mint on Friday. And then in terms of, I'm going to give the Bored Ape away on Tuesday. And I'm going to do my I'm bringing back my podcast. So I will bring back the podcast on Wednesday. I used to have one of the biggest crypto ones. I've been so busy the last couple of years. If only I had more time. All right. Who are all these requests? People want to be speakers. I've never done one where I have other speakers. Anyway, I think I'm gonna go. What other things? I'll do one late. I might do one later.